Well, hello and good morning, Grim Syndicate community. This is going to be community update for March 13th of 2022. I'm Justin Mezzell. I'm one of the lead artists here at Grim Syndicate, and there is, as always, a lot going on. So I am recording this one, if you can see up in my top right, at 8:37 a.m. And I'm recording this on Saturday, but it'll go live on Sunday because we've got a family trip coming up, and so, I wanted to make sure I got this out here to everybody, and we talked about some of the awesome things that are going on and some of the things that I'm excited about. So let's jump in early in the morning. I got my coffee. If you're watching this in the morning, hope you do as well. Let's go. All right, so starting off, one of the cool things that we just launched was Marinade Staking. Now, if you don't know what that is, just for the uninitiated, like myself, as I was learning what all this is. In this experience, you're going to stake SOL directly through our ETA dashboard. By staking your SOL through the ETA dashboard, a small percentage of renewal or rewards, not the total amount staked, will support future GrimDAO developments in order to continue providing value to our holders. So that's what's awesome about this, is you benefit here, and then we benefit as well, and we put that right into the GrimDAO to continue developing awesome things here at Grim Syndicate, which, of course, doesn't stop. I mean, we have continued to do some really amazing things. We've expanded the team, and it's been incredible just to watch awesome things like the ETA dashboard come up, as well as now, here it is in the ETA, you have a new tab for the Grim DeFi, which is where the Marinade Staking is going to happen. So you can see right here, you can enter in an amount that you want from your actual SOL balance, which will be shown right there. And then it'll give you the whole layout of exactly what you're going to earn, how much you're going to make for the year. And it is a really, really slick experience. I know Father Time had a huge hand in working on some of this. And I also want to shout out Sully, who's been doing some amazing stuff here, who is officially joining the ETA art department to do some incredible stuff. You're going to see even more of Sully's work in some of our upcoming collections, like some of the Demon Armor, as well as the continued work of some of our other amazing artists. I know Arius is also really excited to dig in and do some really, really cool stuff in that space. But I also did want to talk real quick and just highlight that Sully is also working on a project of his own, which is really exciting, and it's called Gnarly Town. So he sent me over a few images, which I'm stoked to share. There's like 3 camps right here. So you got like the Soul Skaters, the Grave Gang, and the Scary Squad. And again, it's just, to me, it's awesome to see, not only does Grim Syndicate continue to put out really awesome stuff now with an expanded team of artists, but watching these artists do their own stuff is also an incredible thing. And I love knowing that I'm able to watch, friends or artists that I've admired really jump into the Web3 NFT space and do some really awesome things. You can follow It's Punk 666 for updates on Gnarly Town. So speaking of art, you may have seen this on Twitter, but I do want to make sure that to keep you all in the know on things, we do have a collection that will have some really cool stuff in there, and it's called the Chamber of Wonders. And if you don't know what the Chamber of Wonders is, this is going to be a Grim Syndicate collection that will have a lot of uniques, a lot of one-of-ones, a lot of lore-driven art, as well as anything like collaborations that we want to expand to. This is really our space to be able to expand the universe in some really, really cool ways and have some really unique and original art in there that you can collect. It will also have auction pieces available in there that you can bid on using Astra. So I think there's going to be some really, really cool things in the Chamber of Wonders. And I don't know if you've noticed, if you saw, but Anderson Blue is doing a really, really amazing collab piece. That's them drawing over, a Phalon build, doing some really awesome riffing on the style. And I have seen the finished piece of this, and it really, really is amazing. So we're really excited to be able to continue expanding the Grim Syndicate universe by seeing what other artists, how they interpret the world, what they see when they're there. And so that will absolutely be a part of the Chamber of Wonders. I'm going to take a sip of coffee while we look at Anderson's beautiful art. All right. Lurkers of the Abyss. Now, you've probably seen some buzz around about some of those simian demons. The Chalice Ritual is beginning for these, and there has been a drop that came out with some monkey paws for people that are a part of other ape communities here that we are friends with. And so, real quick, the recipe to be able to summon A Simian Demon is going to be that Doom Chalice that is used for all of our Chalice rituals. And you need 3 monkey paws. Put these things together, and that is going to be a Simian Demon. Now, Raji has made the artwork for the Simians, and they are absolutely fantastic. There's some incredible variants on this collection, and I'm really, really excited to get them out the door. We have some really fun plans for how Simians are going to work and Abyss Walkers and some of the skills look like, but I really do love the way that these ended up looking, particularly the alien one to me with like the double pupils. There's just something really, really cool about that. And honestly, Grim Syndicate is just this really wild place where, you know, as artists, we get to go wild with character design and thinking about wild ideas, and because it's such a cosmic universe, there's probably a very good chance it all kind of fits in some way or another. Now, we also have Pengors that we are working on. I am spending more time finishing out some of the Pengors. And the cool thing about working on this specific collection for me has been one of my favorite things about working on the demons is, you know, we had all of these species of demons, but what that also enabled us to do is have much smaller sets of more varied species, and that's been really fun. But I think the coolest thing that's come out of that has been like, it's given us more time to really, you know, put some time and energy into these different skins and bases and be able to create something really unique with them. So I don't know if you saw, like, the Elders are a good example of where, because it's a smaller collection, you know, I think there's like 35 Pengors or 35 Simians or something, we could put a lot more of that time. So like with Elders, you know, we had sort of the base skins that people are used to, which is kind of the colored ones there. You had the bone color there, and then you had the onyx and the gold and the cosmic. And so these are kind of like building from the actual base that already exists. But then my favorite thing about working on the Elders was just going absolutely nuts with what the different skins looked like, and really kind of like taking time and energy to be like, okay, I'm just going to make a bunch of them. And I did that because, as you know, where the Elders start, they really just have the base and they have the eye. Those are the only 2 traits for Elders. Now, most of our demons and our Grims aren't that simple, but these have a very simple base. And I also wanted to make sure that they could all be upgraded in some really unique ways, so that, you know, I want to have a lot of variance. So this is why I was able to do like some really, really wild base ideas. Like the Glacial's a brand new one. The Poison one is a brand new one. So is the Mechanoid and the Samurai. And, you know, I know it's horrific, but the Eldritch is a lot of fun. Now the Tech Priest and the Runic and the Cyber Demon and the Oath Taker are ones that you've seen before in other collections. And so I do love the little handshake that exists between the demons and showing other places where they exist. But sometimes it's really fun to do some brand new ones. And so for Pengors, that's kind of where I am with it too, where I'm like, I really want to do some brand new skins that haven't been seen, as well as, we showed the Oath Taker one. So those do exist, but I think this will be a really fun collection to be able to build some really new ones as well. So be on the lookout for the Pengor demons as well as the Simians that have begun rolling out, and make sure you check out the Discord for more information on how to get some of those monkey paws, as well as, you know, of course, they'll be on secondary as well. Real quick, just want to turn a community spotlight to one of our beloved community members, Bonehouse, aka Kirk Wallace. I don't know if you watched on, there's a YouTube video that was on the community artist spotlight that Nope hosted with Kirk, and it is just a fantastic story about how Kirk got into art, a little bit about sort of, you know, his background from going to computer science into the art realm, and how to be, you know, how he became a full-time commercial artist as well. Just a really, really awesome thing. And I think, you know, when I think about the Grim Syndicate community, you know, that word community really is the important punch there, because it's so incredible that these little bone skeleton drawings somehow created a group of people that got together, and we talk about sometimes these little bone characters, but most of the time it's about life and it's about other things. And I think that that's one of the most incredible things about Web3 and the NFT space, is really these communities that come out of it. And as you know, not every community is the same. They're all different. They're all unique. And I have really just loved how human ours is, and just what a wonderful place it is to talk about art, to talk about life, and to share with each other just, you know, how things are going. So Bonehouse is launching his own collection called Hockeytown, which has some really, really cool mechanics built into it. The art is just kind of wild and crazy, very much in line with what I've come to know and love about Kirk's art style. And I absolutely adore the fact that they're this retro card kind of vibe to it. And they have this like position. It's so cool. And you got like wild shapes that get all crazy, and then you have like this really wild line work. It's a really fun style, and it's been really, really cool seeing how Kirk can go from like doing an illustration and moving it into like an animation state. Like, I just think this is a really, really cool project that I'm excited to be able to jump into as well. You get to determine what is created. It's got a really cool mechanic where essentially for each matchup, whichever character sells out of all cards out of all 10 cards fastest, will create the additional character from that team to play in the next round. There are no real winners and losers, simply more or less characters created per team. It's just a really fun way to do this kind of stuff. And I think that that's one of the coolest things about the NFT space, is watching all the unique mechanics that people are putting out there, all the wild ideas that people have, and being able to really build an art collective around a specific project. And so I just think it's such a special thing to be a part of this. It still feels early. It still feels like we're able to, jump into these wild communities with people that are passionate about collecting, about art, about just connecting with other humans. And so it's a really special time and place to be here. And I'm very grateful that we get to do this. That is going to do it for the major announcements and the main content right now for Grim Syndicate. Be on the lookout for more updates on things like questing. I know we have an Abyss Walkers update coming out soon, just about a little more about the mechanics that we're digging into and some of the playtesting around that. There's so much going on, and I know that right now, sometimes it can be really hard to focus with all that's going on in the world. And so I just want to take a moment to let you all know that we are, a global community, and we understand that there's not always the right thing to say at the right moment. But we want to let you all know how much our friends are in Ukraine, how much we think about you, and just all the crazy things that are happening in the world. And so sending good vibes and prayers and thoughts your way. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for still being a part of the Grim Syndicate. We are kind of an old project now. It feels like at some point, people talk about like OGs in the space. No, we weren't first on the scene in the Solana space, but we are very much, an established project that has been around. And in so many ways, that is a privilege to be able to be an established project and to be able to continue to roll out amazing things with the support of a community. And so we are just so grateful to be here. Thanks for watching the community update, and we'll talk soon, y'all.